Okay, my YouTube friends, we're going to go back to the old school once again and back to yet another Mr. America. And from right around the same as the last couple that I posted previous to my last video. So this one is going to be with this guy, Mr. Harold Poole, who was Mr. America, Mr. Universe. Competed in 3 Olympias and came in second in each one, which is kind of weird. He did compete all the way into the early 80s, but he didn't do quite as well in the 80s. He didn't place in the top couple or anything like that. Here he is. He was one of Weider's boys. You'll see him in lots of ads, and some of those you'll see in the video here. But these are the basic specs. Unfortunately, he died like 10 years ago. Pretty big dude, 6 feet, 240-ish. And I didn't realize that he had been a professional wrestler and a personal trainer and a martial arts instructor. So those were interesting things about him. Now, this is from Muscle Memory. Again, this is a really awesome website and has like profiles of all of these popular bodybuilders. But there you can see he won quite a bit of stuff. Going into the 60s and early 70s, and then big gap there between 72 and 79, but then came back and competed for like 4 years after that, but again, didn't do all that well. Here he is in his prime, and massive shoulders, big traps, nothing really lacking. And he had, I thought, unusually ripped legs for the 60s. Not a lot of guys did. They kind of didn't seem to care as much about that as they certainly do these days. This is also something that's like was from November of that year, so it has kind of a Christmas theme, and ringing in the new year it's talking about. There he is, and his shoulders look just crazy right there. Big arms. He has quite a bullish neck on him, too, which is you notice especially in that picture. So I will let you read here how he's talking about the easiest time of year for muscle building is coming up. And fall and winter training is easy, and et cetera, et cetera. Here he is again on Muscle Builder cover. And just really looking ripped there. And again, look at his legs. His legs are big and ripped. And he's talking about some of the other benefits of training here. How he doesn't get colds as much. His resistance against all that kind of stuff was better. Besides having your muscles grow, obviously, and getting stronger. There he is now. I think his main gym was the Mid-City Health Club, which you'll see. There's an ad for that somewhere in the video. But there he is, just like hanging out with the buddies and obviously looking pretty jacked there. So, when it comes to where you should train, it's like, obviously, this is geared to selling Weider products that you want to buy and put in your bedroom. Again, most of these articles, if not all, had a slant towards selling some kind of Weider equipment program, protein supplement, you name it. Here he is. I think this is a little later. I think this is when he competed in the 80s. So, he's plenty big, but he was talking about in the one article I was reading how the diets changed from the 60s to the 80s, and it got a lot harder in the 80s. You know what? He's also older there too, so maybe he's not taking that into account as much. He believes in 3 times a week training, especially for if you're a beginner, and that was pretty much the norm back in the 60s. Here he is behind the scenes at one of his contests. I'm not even sure which one this was, but again, good physique all around. And talks about the difference between strict and cheating movements here. He says that you kind of want to start out, if you're a beginner, staying strict more often, and then you can, cheat later on. There he is on yet another muscle builder, and with JFK Senior on the cover there. He was on quite a few of these covers actually back in those days. I have a few of these old muscle builders with him because he was like very into physical fitness and promoting it. What about the danger of overtraining? Basically, the gist of this whole thing is that you need balance. You can hurt yourself by overtraining, and you can not get any results by undertraining. You kind of have to, figure it out, and that's different for everybody, really. Here he is at 18, and you can see already he has a pretty hellish physique. And if I remember it correctly, I think he was the youngest man to ever enter the Olympia. I think that's what I wrote, unless it was the Universe, one or the other. So this goes into the actual program. This was another one of these $15 complete bodybuilding programs. And it does do, the order of things is a little bit weird. But, and honestly, some of these pictures are not even from the article. There's a few that are, but I try to capture the exercises or similar exercises and or additional exercises on each of the body parts. So again, this is an ad for, he was talking earlier about it. What do you need? Of course, you need a bench, you need the barbells, you need dumbbells, you need preferably squat stands, which you see here on the bottom there. This picture is from that article. So the second list of things is triceps, shoulders, more shoulders, bench press, chest and shoulders, obviously, and flies, still more front shoulders, a little bit of tries maybe. So again, they were in those couple years of during the 60s, after they had come out with this, they called it a dual bench. It's really three-way because you can decline and incline it. Decline is really incline and you're sitting the other way. So it's not like the bench goes down. But there's doing flies. He has it pretty far back there. And here he is again, young. I think he was 18 again here. And just doing incline dumbbell flies. And, of course, they sold the abdominal board that you could use that way. Here he is doing reverse curls, which, again, is not mentioned in the article list of the kind of routine bodybuilding stuff to do. But and then you can do talk about doing triceps. You can do tricep work and chest work with this the horizontal dipping bars for only $17. And then, of course, that's our boy Harold in the ad. And then we go to the next group of exercises, which is pullovers, which they've kind of gone extinct lately. I still do them. Barbell rows, obviously for the back, deadlifts, and I think it was abs after that. Here they are selling something else. Speaking of back work, and this is just a lat rowing bar. Most gyms have the pivot there. I forget what you call it off the top of my head now, but to put the bar in and just grab like one of those triangle bars and put it under the do rows. And then I think this is the last group of exercises. Again, it's in leg raise, which it's your legs a little bit. It's mostly for abs. Full squats and calf raises. Obviously, there's a lot more that goes into a more complete routine, and this is his leg blitz routine, in fact. So he's doing parallel squats, 12 reps, leg extensions, 15, leg curls, calf raises. Sorry, this picture came out a little bit blurry, but again, it's just showing another way of doing triceps, biceps, and back with the that triangle bar that you hang on the chin-up bar. Long, slow, deep reps done to total muscular failure and a crap ton of volume. So that was pretty much his style in a nutshell. Now here he is. This is from June of '82, so you could see he still looked good. Still definitely had the size, but I don't think he was quite ripped enough for his competition, and that's why he didn't do so well. Here he's talking about steroids. Now, of course, he's going to say, yeah, they'll definitely help you get someplace, but it's not worth the side effects. He talks about roid rage and stuff like that. Here he is with Sergio when they're both in their 60s, so he's still pretty big. He's still got a pretty big arm on him. And like it says, it would have been interesting to have Sergio sleeveless there to make the arm comparison of the old guys. Here he is in the '66 Olympia with Larry Scott and Sergio. And I'm not even sure who won that one. It's in those the earlier records that we showed, if you want to go back and check it out at any point. Mr. America is 1967. Harold Poole won, of course. There he is again in '65 at the Olympia. And again, he came in second. And that's about it for the article and the video. Thanks for watching. Rest in peace, Harold. And thanks again. I hope if you haven't subscribed that you will. And I'm out. See ya.